An exploration of leadership and management, what this means for the workplace. A presentation by Shakar J. Mosby. Leadership versus management. Some things that I would like to clarify prior to getting into the presentation is leadership and management are two different terms. They hold two different sets of characteristics. In those sets of characteristics, it is important to understand the difference, use these differences to your advantage, and appreciate the need for both in growth and success within the business. Leadership. One of the defining characteristics of leadership is having the ability to inspire, having a vision, being able to effectively communicate this vision to a group or team while inspiring them to want to be a part of this goal. Management. Managers are equally as important as leaders. A few defining characteristics of managers are being goal and task driven, having the capability to direct and conduct, keeping the team on track, maintaining the focus, and encouraging maximum productivity. A balance of exercising both characteristics increases the likelihood of business growth and success. This idea or concept can be seen during the following interview. In this section, I'm going to be introducing my interviewee. So I am going to keep her identity private. So I'm just going to identify her as the boutique founder and owner of In Your Closet. In Your Closet is her actual boutique name. So I recently conducted this interview with local boutique founder and owner. She works in the same closet as the retail organization that I am employed by. She is such a charismatic and involved business owner, and I am grateful that she took the time to sit down with me and be a part of this process. The first question that I asked her is, in your experience, how are most people motivated? She went on to say that different things motivate different people. You have to find out what they're passionate about and what they care about. For the most part, the people that she encountered in her experiences, family is usually their main motivator. The second question that I asked her is, how important do you think workplace culture is in contributing to employee motivation? And she replied, very important. When I have a good relationship with my employees, it's almost like when you're in the classroom and you really like your teacher. You don't want to disappoint that teacher. It's almost like you have a personal relationship with that person. Your success is their success, and their success is your success. So yes, and this is me quoting her, I think it's important to have that relationship with your employees. It directly affects the work environment, and I think that customers can pick up on this as well. And I just loved her answer here because I think it is important to establish some form of relationship with your employees. It does help in motivating them to feel secure in their position and to be a part of something. And having that secureness, that being a part of something is what's gonna drive them to be their most productive selves. Question 3. How involved is your staff regarding expression of their ideas and concerns? She replied, I am a little OCD. I have specific ways that I like things to be done. That's as far as setup and the actual type of product itself. We just completed a few reels in TikTok, and those are type of social media videos. So she is pretty active on her social media platform and is very big in her marketing. And following that, she said that she likes for them to have fun, so she has given them freedom in that aspect. So they have certain freedoms, but they also have specific responsibilities that she holds them accountable for. Question 4. Would you say establishment of that safe space that supports freedom and expression is essential in business success? She went on to say, yes, but I've noticed that too much freedom could lead to problems as well. There needs to be a balance. And again, I love this because this is something that I hold close to me. I strongly believe that there needs to be a balance, that there is benefits to both being more lenient and more authoritative. So I do like that she mentions this on this question. Question 5 is, what are some things that you have learned from good leaders? And then again, she says, you do have to have a balance between respecting your employees while still being that authoritative figure. At the end of the day, you need to protect the foundation that you've built. Another thing that I've learned is that lying only gets you so far, even in business. It's better to be honest and upfront. It might take longer to build, but truth is a much sturdier foundation. An honorable mention is she is a woman of faith, and I could see this throughout her business and her organization. So she is someone who also has a Christian worldview. So I love that she incorporates that in her style of leadership and management, and it really shows through in her answer here. You know, when you have that Christian worldview, you've already established your ethics and your morals, and you know what you stand for, and being aware of that helps in identifying anything that is going to threaten or challenge what you know and what's true to you. And so I really loved her answer here as well. Question 6. What are some things that you've learned from bad leaders? She went on to say, if your employees don't like you, they aren't going to care if your business does well. They aren't going to care if they do well. They're just there to pass the hours. I don't agree with the way that some people treat their employees, and it's very important that that is not displayed here. So again, this goes back to having that balance, still being an active member in collaborative teamwork. And that's something that's explored in our text. When you are too much of a dictatorship, your employees and those who look up to you, they don't connect with you on that level. So they aren't as invested if they can't relate to you. Question number 7. How do you determine when your organization needs change? Where do you receive the determining input? She went on to say, other customers and their employees. So she received her input from both customers and her employees, and she said that noting their concerns and hearing their voice establishes confirmation to proceed with necessary change. Your customers need to feel comfortable in your establishment. Question 8 kind of follows question 7, and I go on to ask her, what does her strategy look like in implementing change? So she went on to say that there really is no strategy, that the key is adaptability. Little does she know that is a great strategy. Adaptability, that can be a strategy. So I felt like maybe she thought that it had to be more uniform, but it doesn't really necessarily have to be. Moving forward, she said that conforming to your environment, especially with the pandemic, business change is essential in operating during this time. So business changes, the world changes. You have to change with it. So being adaptable, being open to innovative ideas, it's very important in business and business growth and business success as well. Question 9 is, who is a good follower on your team? What characteristics makes them a good follower? So here I really encouraged her to kind of visualize and think of someone who is a good follower on her team and what characteristics they possess that makes them a good follower. So she did mention one girl. Again, I am going to keep her anonymous, but she said that the characteristic that makes her a good follower is that she listens. She has great listening skills. Following that, I also asked, what are the characteristics of a good team working together? And she said trust. Trust enhances your interaction. As far as, team interaction, with the team, you have to trust each other to do the task that you all are assigned. And so with that, it enhances productivity within the team as well. Question 10 was, how do you deal with team conflict? Her answer to this was that she doesn't. Conflict is not allowed under any circumstances, and if there is conflict, the person causing it has to leave. She does not tolerate conflict on the team at all. She really expressed that, everyone there is grown women who work in her establishment, and that it's a place of business. It's not a place for conflict or drama or anything that's going to sidetrack the business. Question number 11 is, have you ever had to deal with an ethical or moral dilemma in your leadership so far, and how did you handle it? So she briefly mentioned that yes, but nothing too dramatic. It's important to put your foot down in situations and stand your ground. So again, this goes back to her worldview really shining through. She is very focused on her business. There is nothing that is going to sidetrack her from achieving her goals. And, she knows what's right. She knows what's wrong. She conducts her business in a very specific kind of manner. So even asking this question, I already was pretty confident that rarely has she ever really struggled with having to deal with ethical and moral dilemmas in an establishment that she created and that she built. This was really kind of an add-on question, something that I personally just wanted to know and learn from her, and that is, what motivates you as a business owner? She goes on to say that ambitious people don't stop being ambitious simply because they achieved a goal. They find new goals. They continue to move forward. I don't think my ambition will ever die. I don't think I could ever stop building. This is one of many businesses that I plan on opening. And that was a direct quote from her. It wasn't a paraphrase or a generalization. This was directly from her. And I am so inspired by this answer. You can see that this is something that she loves. She is very hands-on, involved in her business. She goes to work every day. She's there every day. And I've witnessed this myself. I've been in her establishment plenty of times. So it was like,